Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you're watching this on the live, and then hello to everyone who's watching this on the replay. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for everybody who supported me this weekend. I've been running like nonstop for the past, I'd say 2 months, 2.5 months. My daughter started school, my aunt died, business took off, like things are great. But I wasn't, I think, planning well enough to make sure that I had what I needed. So my body said, and I think, I had a little bit of a virus, not sure which one, doesn't really matter, but we are on the mend. So good morning, Darlene. Good morning, everyone. So thank you. Yes, I will be at the Eclectic Hedge this Saturday from 1 to 5. And for those of you who are ticket holders, of course, those tickets will be honored. It'll still be first come, first serve. Tickets will still get moved to the beginning of the line, closer to the holiday. So anybody who's struggling with love in your life, anybody who has questions about past relationships, future relationships, current relationships, and Spirit can weigh in on that for you. So I will be there 1 to 5 on Saturday. Really looking forward to it. It's the first time I've done a Saturday, so I think this will be really fun. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Zanelle. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. So exciting. And Steph and I have got some exciting stuff coming up in March together at the Eclectic Hedge. So stay tuned. We are really excited to really bring to you lots of good stuff this year. Good morning, Cynthia. So I'm on the mend. I'm going to take it slow today. I've got really nice spaced out appointments today. So that worked out really well. So I can kind of get myself in gear between appointments. So really looking forward to reaching out to each and every one of you today that we are going to get together one-on-one. Really excited about that. So what else? This Friday night, I'm actually going to be doing the February message. So if you're a part of my membership, thank you again for letting me off the hook. I really wasn't at my best. Friday night was Saturday morning was like the worst. And then it was like Saturday, I was like, okay, so by Sunday I'll be okay. And that wasn't the case. Today I'm starting to feel like, okay, I'm good. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for letting me reschedule. I truly appreciate it. Good morning, Jacqueline. So looking forward to talking to all of you today who are scheduled. And if you want to get on my schedule, go to guidance311.com. So that is all there. So this is the weekly. Good morning, Steph. This is the weekly, guys. So you can refer back to this reading as often as you need this week, because some of the stuff that I think comes up on Mondays doesn't resonate as much as you would like it to. And then by Wednesday, you're like, what did she say? Because I think she said something about that. Yeah, you can come back. You can come back and watch the replay, whether you're, it's on the YouTube playlist, Daily Guidance. So definitely make sure you're looking at my playlist, because we've got a lot of good stuff on YouTube. Especially all the consciousness conversations that Dr. Thomas and I do together. So if you need a little pick-me-up or a little bit of support, I would say go to those conversations. Absolutely. Oh, Lori, God bless you. God bless you. Oh, my goodness, lady. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning. All right, so the cards like literally jumped, and they are really, really good. I was not able to do I wanted to, guys. I really did. I had plans for the end of last week. I wanted to do a full moon in Leo reading, but I did do a pick a card right here on my Facebook page. If you just scroll down, you'll see the pick a card, and then you'll see the reveal. The reveal came out late last night, about 9 p.m. So if you didn't get to see the reveal, but you did do the pick a card yesterday, make sure you look at that reveal today. All right. So that is for the full moon in Leo. And also, if you did this past weekend's pick a card in the Guidance 311 group, which I used the Gateway of the Oracle by Kyle Gray, I also feel like that tapped into the Leo full moon energy as I was pulling those on Sunday. So please, If you are not part of my Guidance 311 group on Facebook, take a look at that. We do kind of fun stuff in there. And I always do a weekend pick a card just to kind of help give you support for over the weekend. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to go take care of this real quick before we get into the cards that I have pulled, and they're in front of me, and I'm really excited about them because I got some good stuff in front of me. So it's going to be a good week. All right, that's taken care of. So please do not buy into any of the scammers, guys. I was actually on somebody else's page yesterday that I follow, Amanda Ellis, with Celestial Angelic Colors. Anyway, Amanda Ellis, if you Google her, you'll find her. She had a thing with a woman who had bought into one of the scammers and got scammed. And it just was a really kind of sad situation. So please, please, please do not, if anybody's ever soliciting on my page, run, just ignore them. I will take care of them. I go back and take care of them even after we're done with the reading. Like if they pop up days later, I get the notification and I go in and I ban them and hide them. But if I don't get there before you see them, please just ignore them. Please, please, please. All right, so let's look at this week, because what I'm seeing here is an empowered week. I am seeing a week that is going to be really helping you move into some new areas of your life. All right, that makes me feel better. Okay. Queen of Wands, yeah. Empowered purpose, empowered motivation, empowered, I don't have the light on, so I'm not as bright as I normally am. And that's also allowing me to, there we go. That's better. Hello, welcome. Yeah, she's wonderful, guys. She's so high vibrational. And, you know, I wish she was closer. I've never really bought any of her sprays because they're just so expensive to ship. I do have someone in my local area who's starting to make them, so I'm excited about that. But she really does read on the issues of the day, the big energies that are out there, the big themes. And yeah, so I highly recommend her. Definitely. All right, so Page of Wands for this week of 211. So nice angel number for this week. So yes, I got two wands. I got the Queen of Wands and I got the Knight of Wands, guys. You're moving. You're moving into your purpose. You're moving into your passion. Things are really starting to flow into your situation. And this week is bringing you into your purpose. And for some of you, it may be something where you're really stepping into taking a very physical step into your purpose, changing jobs, meeting someone new, starting that new, I'm seeing things like personal stuff. I'm seeing like you're starting journaling, you're starting meditating, you're starting practice, you're starting consistency. Like I really feel like this is a week that's really going to allow you to do things that are going to be so beneficial for yourself. And it's coming in kind of fast. It's coming in a way that's going to allow you to really embody who you are and what you want. And for some of you, again, you know, for some of you, especially if you've been single for a long time, like I feel like you may be meeting someone who is a soulmate, divine counterpart, someone who really is going to fill up your soul, fill up your cup in regards to like being a partner, and maybe like you've never had a partner like that before, someone who really got you or someone who was really there for you. And it's almost like, how do I trust this, right? How do I allow this to come in, or how do I step into this because of all the baggage from the past? And this is going to be important to understand that this is going to be a soulmate in where I would say most compatible soulmate. So yeah, you may learn from each other, but I don't feel like this is a big lesson soulmate. I feel like you've done that. Honestly, I feel like this is not what you're coming into. I feel like you're coming into finally being able to step into your power in a way that you've manifested, and the other person has manifested you. And like now we're like in this like relationship that feels like, okay, we're both at the same place. We're both wanting the same things. We're both ready to kind of be in this space together, but also our separateness like is compatible. It matches, it works. What you want, I want. And I wanted that individually, you wanted it individually, and we're wanting that now together. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. For those of you that doesn't apply to this, because you're like, well, I've been married for 25 years. I don't think that's changing, Melissa. It could be that, you know, that relationship is taking a step into a more compatible, you know, maybe you've overcome some hurdles recently, or maybe, you know, there's just been some things that have changed in the relationship, because relationships evolve and grow, right? So even if you've been in a relationship for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, you know, there's growth, there's change, and there could be something where you're also, the momentum of that relationship is changing, right? But if it's not a relationship, if that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay, because what I'm seeing here is you are coming into your purpose, you are coming into your passion, you are coming into what it is that you want to put your time and energy in, because you're now able to see from this different perspective what it is you're wanting. You're able to see from this different perspective that it's okay to take a leap of faith, or it's okay to walk away from that thing, or it's okay to start this new thing. Or what you thought wasn't going to work, now you can see from that maybe clearer lens. You know, maybe there's been something that got cleared up in the past couple of weeks or last month, where you're like, oh, okay, now I can go in that direction, or I can do that thing, because I see now how it can work. I see now maybe where I was getting in my own way, or I was stubbing my own toe, bumping my own nose because of, again, that baggage or those preconceived notions, or that, you know, the fear that was kind of keeping you in that playing small space. And with the Knight of Wands here, I really feel like this is like go time. It's like there's no holding yourself back anymore. And the Queen of Wands is coming through saying you have the power. You have what you need. You are safe and stable. It's okay. You're ready. You're ready. All right. And the next card coming out with that is going to solidify that you're ready. And I will be right back. I'm gonna have to work on getting a moderator. I'm gonna have to work. I mean, I thought I had one, and maybe I can talk to her about, you know, starting to do that for me again. All right. I just don't want anybody getting taken. I really don't. That would like hurt my heart. It would hurt my heart, because, you know, when you do this work, one of the things you want to do, and I actually talk about this in the interview that I did with Pam Perkins on Rock Metaphysical, in the video is down below, but having integrity. You know, if you're not working with someone who has integrity, who knows what you're going to get. So be careful with who you work with, please, 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 please. So being able to see things from a different perspective, being in your power, things coming in for you, it's because, yes, it's because the cycle has changed. It's because the path is new this week. Something in this week is going to really come in that's going to help you see things from a different perspective and really move you onto a new road, onto a new path. And for some of you, it's not going to be brand new. I feel like you've been feeling it coming, or you've been taking baby steps towards it, or you've been knowing kind of where the road is going to show up, or where you've been working on manifesting the road. And I feel like something turns this week that allows you, and I feel like it's later in the week, Thursday, Friday, where something really kind of flips, whether it's your perception or that opportunity shows up, right? But it's going to be really important for you to keep doing your work, like staying consistent, staying diligent on what you can control, right? So if you're feeling like you don't have any control in a situation, well, that's when you go high, right? That's when you go high vibe. You get into gratitude. You stay in high vibe. You stay in surrender. And again, we talk about this unconsciousness conversation. Surrender is not passive. Surrender is active. You're letting spirit join up the dots, and all you do is keep doing the work that you can do in the physical. Making the phone calls, putting out the resumes, getting the learning. You know, do you need to learn how to market yourself? Do you need how to write a book? Do you need to learn how to be a small business owner? You know, do you need to learn how to whatever? You know, is there a certification that you want to look into getting? You know, for some of you that want to go into the medical field, or some of you that want to go into the teaching profession, or some of you that want to, whatever you want to do. You keep doing the work that you can do, and you let spirit join up the dots. But I feel like this week, they're going to join up the dots. You know, the wheel is turning. Your road is showing up. And you have been doing the work, and there's something that's going to shift this week that's going to help your perception that says, oh, I can go in that direction, or, oh, I am going to get that opportunity, or, oh, I am going to make that opportunity for myself, right? So yeah, be open to possibility this week, but there's definitely something happening where there's a shift occurring. Again, when you shift internally, it totally shows up externally. So I think that's why at the beginning of this reading, I talked about being consistent, or starting a practice, or being consistent with a practice. It's funny you should say that, or I should say that, or spirit should say that, because I actually was in my sickness. You know, all you can do is watch TV. And I was watching Gaia. And I was watching this new channeling series that they've got. And it occurred to me, how do you get better at something? You practice, right? And so every time I go into doing some channeling, I get nervous. Now, I don't get nervous anymore when I go in to do mediumship, right? Because I've practiced that. Like I have gotten comfortable with the experience, how it's going to work. Is someone going to show up? How that all happens, right? When I go to teach a class now, I'm very comfortable because I've been doing it. You know, I've done my homework. I've had many classes now. I kind of know what some of the questions will be, or that if I get a question, Spirit's going to show up and help me answer it. So I know that I'm comfortable in that realm. So it's like, now I have to get comfortable in this realm, but I have to practice. That's how you get comfortable. So I think this week it's going to be important to make sure that you're practicing whatever you want to get good at, right? Because here it is. This week, there's going to be some form of transformation that is coming in. So whatever area of your life, work, relationship. And again, even if you've been in a long-standing partnership, there's going to be some transformation, because relationships evolve. And for those of you who've been single, right, that inner transformation is going to allow you to manifest that person. So people, please don't take this month to be, jumping on the websites, or, going to the bar or whatever. Don't go looking and striving and driving for a relationship. No, do the inner transformation and you'll manifest your partner. You don't know how you're going to meet someone. You could be literally randomly whatever. And if it's your person, Spirit will join up the dots and you'll run into them wherever that may be. As simple as the grocery store, or, you randomly get in the impetus, spirit-driven impetus, inspiration, to stop by someone's house, or meet up with someone, or, you're walking through the coffee shop and you see someone who's sitting with someone. You never know. But that's the thing. You don't need to. That's the surrender part, right? That's the surrender part. And for those of you that are really stepping into your power this week and really stepping into your purpose, it's time. It's time, because it's going to bring you the joy and contentment. And that's where we're headed, into joy and contentment. So this week, I feel like we're getting closer to like the new beginnings. I know January 1st is supposed to be this new beginning, but honestly, in the past 5 years, I never really feel like the new year has started till around March, right? The end of February, beginning of March. Then I feel like the energy's really shifted. Things are very different. Things are showing up differently. I'm different. Like, it's really started to happen. So I really feel like this week, there's going to be something coming in that's really going to help you see where things are going to be different for you. But it's bringing you into joy and contentment. And if you can get into joy and contentment, right, that's high vibe, that's where you're manifesting from. That's where you're manifesting from. And to do that, for those of you who are really struggling and you don't feel connected or you do feel isolated, earth and ground. There's no reason to feel disconnected. No reason. But I know that when we come into this experience, we don't remember who we are. We have to wake up the remembering of who we are. And until that happens, it can be very isolating. I know for many, many years, I felt so isolated, even in my very first long relationship, like my family relation, the relationship I had my daughter with. Like, I even felt lonely and isolated in that relationship because I hadn't tapped into my own power. I hadn't tapped into that connection with myself. So how could that other person fill me up when I couldn't fill me up, right? And that's where I think we go wrong, especially this month, looking for that external validation or that external connection when in fact, it's going within and really connecting to from the earth all the way up to the heavens and have that connection with spirit, that connection with your higher self, that connection with that part of your soul that is on the outside, that is still in heaven or the higher dimensions. So I would say this week, really earth and ground, really work on getting into connection with your divinity, with your magnificence. That's where you're going to start really drawing in the right people, the right tribe, the right support, whether that's friend, coworker, mentor, partner. Really going within, getting into connection. Yeah, getting into the sacred space. Rise the vibe of your space, harmonize with and around. So this would be a great week to do like a spring cleaning. This would be a great week to organize something. This would be a great week to like physically let spirit know through your energy of releasing, organizing, energizing your external space that you're ready to allow in something new. Create a sacred space this week. Clean a closet. Organize a drawer. Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be big, but create the sacred space. In creating the sacred space in your home or your office or your bedroom or wherever, it helps you create sacred space within. In your being, in your energy field. I'm feeling Archangel Michael very, very strong. For those of you who are needing strength, for those of you who are needing help to create a sacred space within. And, I kept mentioning in the reading, that heaviness, that whatever you're carrying. And I feel like for many people this week leading up to this very commercialized holiday. So please don't buy into that and let that depress you, but it can. And I feel like for many of you, you are feeling that disconnect from maybe, someone that was very important to you for a very long time, or from someone who really, really hurt you and maybe you didn't understand why. And at the time you didn't understand it was them, it really wasn't you. Because sometimes as empaths, we do internalize where people hurt us or that we did something wrong. And it wasn't us at all. It was their brokenness. And so I would say wherever you're feeling lonesome, wherever you're feeling disconnected, create that sacred space this week. And, creating that sacred space within you will help you to create a sacred space without, and vice versa. If you're really feeling alone and dejected and depressed, take that salt bath. Tear that room apart. Rearrange furniture. Buy yourself flowers. Brighten the space up. Buy a beautiful good smelling candle. if you're in my area and you go to the Eclectic Hedge, Steph's candles are amazing because they're Reiki infused. The first time I ever burnt one of her candles, I was like, oh my gosh, I could just feel that energy coming off of it. And I burned them actually in my IET sessions. So yeah, support yourself in however you need to. And, you know, even if that is doing something a little special for yourself this week by buying the flowers or grabbing the candle or rearranging that room, tossing out things that maybe remind you of a time that you're ready to let go of. I feel like for some of you that may be needed also. Yeah, so this week, everything is happening at the perfect time and you need not worry about anything. So whatever you're worried about or wherever you're feeling worry, okay, everything is happening in divine timing. Everything's happening at the right time. And remember that divine timing is not our time, unfortunately. So surrendering is so important. Being very proactive in doing what you can each and every day, even if it's just your gratitude journal and meditating and taking a walk. Those were the 3 things that saved me in my lowest. And there's no need to worry because everything is working out in divine time. And it will show up. And the signs, you can ask for a sign. And when the sign comes, you have to believe it. You have to know that it's your sign because they will bring you signs. And I love that those 2 cards came out this week for us, that there's no need to worry and everything is happening at the right time. So if you feel like you've been, but Melissa, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, divine time. So meditate, gratitude journal, get outside. Even in this cold weather, bundle up. Let that cold air blow the cobwebs out of your aura. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yes, Cynthia. Do whatever you do for you. Yeah. All right. I am so thankful to be back. I am going to take it a little easier today, but that's okay. I've got some really great appointments I'm really looking forward to. IET and readings. It's a day of a mixed bag, which is always great. So if you want to work with me, please go to guidance311.com. You can also get information on my membership group. And this Friday night, we're going to be doing the monthly message for February. So sending you all so much love and so many blessings. And if you're in my area, go to the events tab. And that's all the information about what I got going on in person. All right, guys. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful week. Please, #replay. Bye, guys.